What's going on, fellas? Today I'm going to show you how to build an automated onboarding system. Your onboarding is super important because this is the first impression that your clients have with you. So if you've got a killer onboarding system, your clients are going to love you. This is going to increase client retention and reduce churn. So I'm going to go ahead and show you a quick demo, and then I'll show you how I built it. Alright guys, so here's a quick demo of how it will look after we build it. So whenever you get a new meeting booked, it'll automatically show up into your CRM Kanban. You'll also have it on your calendar. So let's say that you do have the call with them and they're either not a fit or they're a great fit. So if they're not a fit, you can just drop them in not a fit. If they're a great fit, you drop them here. And then what you can do is send an after call email. This email says, hey, thanks for the call earlier. Just letting you know that you'll need to give me access to your Meta account if I want to start running ads for you or something like that. I'm just using Facebook ads as an example, but you can send instructions, and then once they say fill out a form or complete the instructions, it'll automatically move into waiting proposal, and you can get a notification here once they've got all the completed information done. From here you'll be able to generate a proposal. I didn't build the automatic proposal generation system in this video, but I will be building one in the future on how to do that. So once you generate this proposal, you can send it. Proposal sent status automatically changes, and then once it's signed, it'll move into active and you can get started. So pretty bare bones for right now, but this is just an example of what it could look like for your niche or industry. You can definitely add a lot more stages to this, more automated emails, but this is just a bare bones version of what it could be. Alright, so some of the tools you're going to need for this automation is make.com and Airtable. Another special one I really like is cal.com. This is where you can book your calendars. It's a substitute for Calendly and it's free, so I like it a lot better, and it integrates better with something like make.com. But first I'm going to start in Airtable. Now I've already built out a pretty simple database here, nothing super special. It's got company name, first name, last name, phone number, monthly revenue, and I've got these already in here because in cal.com, once you sign up for this, you can create a new event, and let's name this demo, and then you can write a description, duration, and you can go to advanced, and here you can add in some extra questions. These are just extra qualifying questions. If you've got a lot of leads coming in, a lot of people signing up with you, and maybe not everyone's a perfect fit, you can sort people out through some of these. So let's see, I'll put in a phone number here. So I'll put in phone number. Yes, required. And then let's see, let's do a single select. I'll put revenue for the identifier. The label can also be revenue. I don't know, 100K. I'll actually do, for option 1, I'll put, and you can make this specific to however you want it, but I'll just put 10K per month here as the first option, and then I'll just keep this simple for the demonstration, but 10K plus per month. Yeah, something like that. Required, yeah. So I really like cal.com because it's really easy to create a webhook. So I'm going to go into make.com, and I've already got some things built out here. So let's go to the first automation meeting booked. Here we're just going to get a webhook, custom webhook, and then we'll add a new one, cal demo, and then you can just copy the webhook and new webhook, paste this in, and you don't really need all of these events. I really like booking created. Everything else is not super important for this automation, so I'll just get rid of all of these. Booking created, yep. And then let's go and test it really quick. So I'm going to run this module once, and then we're going to ping it, send some test data. Yep, so it's got all the information. Okay, that looks good. So let's go ahead and create this webhook. Now that we've got that created, If you want to share this, you can just grab the share link in the top right or embed it on your website or anything like that. And then once they book with you, it's going to go straight into make.com. So now once we get this, we can go to create an Airtable and then create a record. Forgot to put an email right here. Email. Yep, I'll put in this email field here. What I'm actually going to do is set multiple variables and put this right in between. And here we can get first name. We'll get a last name. Then company name. Then a phone number. Then an email. This is going to make it a little bit easier and separate the first and last name. Yeah, so what you can do is get the name and then get the split of this, and we'll separate it by the space. Let's put space here. And then close, and then we can get the first half and then close that. And then we'll just copy this over for the last name, except we'll put the 2 right here because we're getting the second half of the last name. And then the company name, and none of this other data is going to be available except for email. Yeah, let me move this up. Email, and then this can just be attendees email. Yep, that looks good. We'll have to run this to get some of the company name and phone numbers. So what I'm going to do is save this for the questions. And then what you can do is, actually, I'm going to turn off additional notes for now. And then copy link event, paste this in, and then just select time. This is just for tests, so it doesn't really matter. Random phone number. Yep. And then let me run this module once. Confirm. Yep, so let's check the payload. Yeah, it's got a lot more information here. So here's phone. You can put the phone value in here. Drag this over here. And here's revenue, so put this right there. And then now that we've got that, we can then put that in here. So let's go first name, then last name, email, phone number. Yeah, I didn't put monthly revenue, so let me monthly revenue, and then that can go. Oops, put the revenue in the company name, but you can drag that down here. For the company name, let's see, where's it at? Oh yeah, just realized I didn't put company name as a question, so we can do. So let's do short text. Put company name. Let's put this here. Yeah, that should be good. It's not gonna be here, but that's all right. What I'll do is just make first name the name here, and then make sure you just put the company name when you're doing yours. So back to Airtable, I'm actually gonna add a meeting date. We'll add a date and then include time. Create. Yep. And we can come back over here, and I will create a new variable. Let's name this date. It's going to be the meeting date. Just look around. Yeah, start time right here. That looks right. And then we can just refresh this Airtable. I'll put meeting date. There we go. And then save. So what this is going to do is it's going to create someone in your CRM every single time. But if someone books a repeat meeting, you don't want to have duplicate records. So what you can do. What's up, guys? This is actually Zander from the future. You don't actually need to do all of this crazy stuff. This is the old method. There's actually a new method that is a lot faster. So I'm going to show you the only part that you need, and then I'll update it back to the new method. So you'll need to put in a search records module in the middle of this. And this is the formula you can use. And this is just making sure that the email they signed up with is equal to the email you have in the database, and if it doesn't have one, then that's okay. View doesn't matter, so and then limit it to 1 because you only want 1. And actually you don't need all of this. They added an upsert module into Airtable, so upsert a record. Yeah, so this is update or insert a record, which is really nice. And so instead of having to have 2 modules, you can just have one that does it. And then table 1. And then we'll just drag this ID into here, search if it exists or not, and if it doesn't, then it will just create a new one. So last name, company name, email, you just drag all of these in here, phone number, monthly revenue, and date. So that's pretty much the entire automation for whenever you get a new meeting booked on your calendar. So I'm gonna go ahead and test it out really quick. What I'm just gonna do is send some test data over. So I'll edit this and then run once, ping test. Let's see what went wrong. Oh, okay, so I did it I did it backwards. So what I'll do is I'll put the email right here, and then I'll put email because that's the field. Let me try one more time. Ping test. Okay. Yeah, so it didn't send over all the information we need just because it's the ping, but yeah, it is working good now. So we can go ahead and save this. Now what I'm going to go ahead and do is get back into Airtable and create a status field, single select, and I'll just add some statuses. So I'll add a meeting booked field. I'll add a not a fit. I'll add a is a fit. So I'll just add those for now. Let me come back in here and just come back into upsert record, refresh this for the new status field, and I'll put, don't map it, and then just put meeting booked, just so we know. And save this. Come back over here. So this should be meeting booked actually. Now I'm going to go over into interfaces. I'll show you what I think the best way is of handling this onboarding process. Sort by status, yeah. I won't go super in depth into the interface feature. It's super nice. You can really customize it how you want it, but I'll just keep it simple for this demonstration. So just click on here. You could put in like email, last name, meeting date, whatever you think is most valuable for you. And then you can, just make things pretty, like color it on the side by whatever status it is. Yeah, so when you first create this, you won't be able to move it into different statuses. So just do edit records inline and you'll be able to drag it. Yeah, so this is kind of what it would look like. You can close this because you're not going to have everything in here. So whenever someone books a call with you, it's automatically going to create something right here. And then once you have the call, you can drag them into either not a fit or is a fit, depending on how the call goes. I'm gonna actually build another calendar interface here. There we go. I like having the sidebar here, and then you can always just name these like CRM, and then name this one calendar. Don't know how to spell. Yeah, so I think it looks a little bit prettier with the sidebar here. So you've got this going so far. Now what you're going to want to do is make it a little bit more in-depth. Something you do if you want is create a notification every time you get a meeting booked. And I mean, cal.com will send you an email, but if you want like a Slack notification or a text message or something, you can go into automations and build one out. You just select the trigger, which is when a record is created, and then just send a notification to Slack. For now, I won't do that just because it sends the email, but something that might be nice. Okay, so the next step is to send an email after the call. Let's say that the meeting was well and they're a great fit. What you can do is drag them in here. And before we do that, I'm actually going to build another field, which is emails sent. And I'll make this multiple select. So you're going to want to send the after call email. Let's create that for now. And then, so what you can do is click on this and then add a button. I think it looks nice right here. So, and then just edit this button, send after call email, and select run automation. Okay, just make it blue because it's cool. And then we'll go ahead and go back over here into automations. Now we can do when a button is clicked. You can send the email from Airtable. Just connect your Gmail account and send it, or send an email. But I'd probably send the Gmail. But I like make.com a little bit better. So what I'm going to do is hit run a script, and this is going to send a webhook back to make.com. Let me show you how to do that. Okay, so you create the new module and custom webhook. Okay, and then just add a new webhook. Put this in here, save. Okay, now we've got that created. Now what you're going to want to do is type out this script. If you don't want to type all this out, you can just ask ChatGPT to write a script that fetches a webhook or something. Describe what's going on, and it should be able to do something for you. But let's go ahead and put... Oh, so what you're going to do is get the copy of this webhook and then paste it right in between these quotation marks, and then copy record ID, and then let's make the name record ID, and then make the value... Oh, it's not going to work yet. Let me go back and connect it so then it will work. Automation 1. Go and test steps so you can get the data from it, and then come back over here, edit code, and now it should have the record ID. Okay, yeah, so that should be working. I'll go ahead and name this send after call email. Okay, so whenever you hit this button, it's gonna run this automation, and then it's gonna take it to make.com, where it's going to, let's see, you can get an Airtable get record module, hook it up to the right connection, and then connect the base again. Table 1 record ID. Let's go ahead. I'm gonna go ahead and run this module only, and then test. This is gonna send the data over here for us. There it is. It's got the record ID right there. Table 1, and then this record ID right there. Okay, so now that you've got that record data, what you can do is create a sleep, and this is just gonna make it so it feels a little bit more natural. So you can do like 200 seconds maybe. For now, I'll just make it like 1 second so we can test it. And then what you're gonna want to do is add Gmail module, send an email, connect this to your email, and then make the recipient to email. Subject line is something like put their first name, next steps, and then and it's only going to send this if they are actually a good fit, so you don't have to worry about like sending this if they suck or something. So make.com kind of uses HTML on the content, so you need to this is like putting an enter. Let's say you're running Facebook ads for someone and you need to send them instructions on how to connect their Meta account to your Meta account, add you to their Meta account. Then you can put some instructions here, or if you just need some extra information, like send them a form. So let's see, create a new form, info, something simple. You just need to put in... Okay, so now we can come back over here and create the questions inside of the table 1. So question 1, long text, yeah. I'll just do one question for now. So you can go over here to visible and then put question 1, and then name this questions. Yeah, so I'll publish this, copy this link, bring it back over here, put it into this new link, copy, save this. Okay, so this is gonna send that over. Actually, we're not done yet, so we can go back over to Airtable and then update record. And then we're just going to take the record ID. We'll just drop this right here, and then we're gonna update the email sent. We're going to add after call email has been sent. Okay, now we can save it, and then it's just going to update this. So now we'll keep track of this. Now we'll keep track of the email sent. I'm gonna now add another status, which is awaiting proposal. Save this, and then now this should pop up right here. Yep. Come back over here into the update record, and then we can change the status to awaiting proposal. Again, make sure that this is on, so when you come over to the interface, you click on here, and then yep, that's all blue, so that's all good. And then what we can do is when a form is submitted, what you can do is update record. Table 1, record ID. I'm going to go ahead and test this. Okay, and then we'll take record ID from here, put that in there, choose fields, and we're going to go to status. We're going to change this to awaiting proposal. So whenever the form is complete, this will automatically go into awaiting proposal. And what you can do is get a notification through Slack. So just send a message, connect this to your Slack account. You can just make the message something like new proposal awaiting, put a cool emoji or something, and then fill the rest of this out. I'm not going to do it in this video, but you can do some really cool stuff with automated proposal generating systems. You can add a button right here and that hits generate proposal, and then that will all work in here. Yeah, so send proposal. So I'll make a future video on how to automatically generate proposals, but for this video I'll leave it blank, and then send a thank you email. So I'll do that real quick right now. So I'll create a new automation, and then when proposal signed, and you can use something like DocuSign or PandaDoc. I prefer PandaDoc with all of my documents and stuff, and it's really nice to integrate with, so I'd recommend PandaDoc. But you can set up a webhook for whenever the contract is signed, and you can just send it back here when record matches conditions. And I'll create a new status here. You can add a proposal sent and actually you can have just an active after that, I think. Or if you need to collect any more documents after that or send any more instructions, you can put that in between here. But for now, I'll just put active. Add a new email sent. So I'll add a sent proposal email. So you send the proposal through an email, and then whenever that gets marked, then it's going to update the record. Table 1, record ID is just, let me run this once, test step. And then now we should have this data right here, and then choose the status, make the status as active. So this walks them through most of the steps. You've also got the calendar here, so you can see all of your calendars. You can add a notification for when the time is on your calendar. Yeah, so one more thing here is whenever it becomes active, you can also create another script. And what you can do is just copy this over right here. What I'm actually going to do is just clone this because it's so similar. And then we'll come in here, copy this webhook again, paste it in here. And then we need to get the record ID. Record ID and then record ID. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is test this real quick on this module once. Okay, we got our record ID right there. And then that's already filled. This is already filled. Make sure it changes to like 200 seconds or something. I'm just going to send the Gmail. You can change this to thank you and welcome. Just change up some of this. So thanks for handling the payment so promptly. I'm super excited to start working with you. To get things started, I like to have a kickoff call to get everything I need to get started. I'll put to start. Yeah, that sounds a little bit better. And then you can put your calendar link in here. So copy this, or you can create a new one if you want. Can you please schedule a call within the next 72 hours or something? Thanks. Put a break, have the link there. Thanks, I'm looking forward to working with you. Thanks, Zander. Yeah, so something like this. Come back over here and you add a new email sent. So add the thank you email, and then come back and we can make email sent thank you email. Okay, and then save this. Boom, so you'll know all the emails, automated emails you sent. Yeah, so I mean, it's a super basic overview of what an onboarding process can look like. There definitely is a lot more to be filled out here. I'm just giving you the bones to start working with. Of course, you'll want to make things relevant to you and your niche and your industry. Build out custom forms and instructions to help you along your way. And I know this automation didn't include the automated proposal system, but I will be getting to that in a future video. It would just be too long for this video. This is one of my favorite automations that I've ever built, and I hope you guys can find it as valuable as I did. I hope you guys can go crazy with this. You know, I'm giving you the bones here to go crazy, and there really is a lot more that needs to be built out. So thanks again for watching, guys. If you want to drop a comment on something you want to see next, let me know. I'll try to respond to everybody, but that's it for now. Thanks.